cat. Just sit, chill. Good. What's up, guys? Enkiri here. As promised, as a follow-up to my how to do a perfect bench press video, today I'm going to teach you how to bench press without dying without the help of a spotter, i.e. how to safely escape from underneath the barbell after getting pinned. So let's get to it. Now I want to preface this whole thing by saying that the safest way to bench press is probably with the watchful eye of a good spotter and underneath of safety pins in case of some sort of catastrophic event or injury, and that I never recommend bench pressing without some sort of spotting device in place. That said, this isn't always feasible. Not everyone can afford this setup or even has access to it anywhere. Not to mention, good spotters aren't exactly abundant in commercial gyms, and some of us like to train alone. What do you do then? If you're a powerlifter or just a red-blooded American male, you can't just not bench, and you certainly can't make every workout entirely sub-maximal to the point of not truly pushing yourself. I'm not saying you should miss lifts often, because you most certainly shouldn't, and if you do, you're doing something wrong, but every now and then it is an inevitability, even for the most experienced among us. If you should find yourself in this situation, the first thing you have to do is simply not panic. Escaping from underneath the barbell is no big deal. I discovered this as a misguided 18-year-old kid who benched every single set to failure every time I trained. And while training like this was stupid and probably held back my progress substantially, it taught me one valuable thing. Don't be afraid of the barbell. You can't be afraid to fail a lift. You simply have to accept in your mind every possible outcome before you even unrack the bar. Now, before I get to my escape method, I just want to touch on another escape method that I've seen many people use. That is, they don't put collars on the bar, and when they get pinned, they just tilt the bar to one side to force the plates to fall off, which then recruits gravity to pull the bar back and force the plates from the other side to fall off. The problem with this is that without collars, the plates are inevitably going to slide at least a little bit during the course of a hard set. I've personally witnessed several people almost lose a plate or two off of one side mid-set, and once I even pushed the plates back onto the bar for someone in between reps. I don't think I need to explain why this is dangerous. More subtly, however, all it takes is a few centimeters of movement on one side to create an uneven load on the bar. This is an open invitation for injury, and in my opinion, is simply not worth it when there are other options available. Not to mention, by doing this, you're essentially planning to fail. You're deliberately doing something that's dangerous and incorrect because you believe that the likelihood of failure is greater than the likelihood of success. And so you're preparing yourself as such. This is an admittance of defeat and psychologically will hold back your progress because even if only subconsciously, you're still scared of the weight. So on to the method I use. As a raw bencher, when you find yourself in this situation, it will either be with the barbell an inch or two off your chest or perhaps somewhere around the midway point of the lift, depending on where you as an individual tend to fail the lift and what percentage of your max you're working with. The good news is you'll never fail with the bar actually making contact with your chest. And if you do, then you need to reevaluate what the fuck you're doing because it means you probably just attempted a weight that was about 30 to 50 pounds heavier than anything you actually had a shot at handling. Now, as you drive the bar off your chest and realize you're not going to be able to finish the lift, you need to maintain control of the bar and slowly let it begin to drop. While you're doing this, you need to begin guiding the bar towards your belly button. Personally, I pull the damn thing as low onto my belly as I possibly can before letting it make contact with my body. Because as soon as the bar touches you, you have to roll it the rest of the way down to your pelvis. And all the while, that knurling is going to be scraping the shit out of you. It's very important, however, that you never sacrifice controlling the lowering of the bar in order to prevent getting a few scratches on your belly. Obviously, keeping your bones and organs intact is the most important thing. But once you get the hang of it, you should be able to minimize the scratching while still preventing any internal injury. So anyway, once the bar contacts your stomach, you need to continue to support the weight with your arms. You can let some of the load rest on your belly, but you don't want the entirety of it resting on you. So you should continue to provide some support with your arms. And from here, you need to push the bar towards your pelvis until it reaches the upper pelvic area, right around the hip crease. At this point, your torso should be free from the weight and you should be able to sit up. From there, you can stand up with the weight in your hands and set it on the ground. So there you go. A pretty simple little trick to escape from a potentially very dangerous situation. The most important thing to remember is don't panic. Escaping is easy. That's all I got for now, guys. Make sure you stay smart about your training, use a spotter whenever you can, and most importantly, always be safe. If you like the video, feel free to show me some love by hitting the like button or even subscribing if you feel so inclined, and I'll catch you guys next time.